A huge signal has recently flashed for Bitcoin, and now we see the reasons of a potential correction here based on the signal. I will show you exactly what I mean by that and what we should expect next. Let's go. Thank you for tuning in here on this Saturday, not Sunday. We jumped directly into the charts here. So we closed the DXY yesterday here in a downwards trend as expected, close to the 99 point mark. And this looks like that we're going to get continuation here by Monday, which should give us more relief in risk on assets to the upside. And I expect that this over the next couple of weeks and months will keep declining at least to 90% or even 90 points and even lower than that. So when we look here at Bitcoin, then currently we are bouncing off the golden ratio at the top side of the golden ratio, the 0.65, the $108,475 level. I have now lowered the entry of the original trade that was up here to 0.786 because we got rejected there just yesterday here on the 1 hourly chart. So if we are managing to coming back up here and reclaim that level, I expect Bitcoin going to run here into higher levels, and therefore the new entry is at $109,828, and I will personally also open a massive long position once we are hitting this level. So why do I put so much faith into that? Because we have here a V-shaped recovery after that initial downwards move, and that will be completed once we are reclaiming the 0.786 level here on the Fibonacci extensions. And once the reclaim is completed, we should get continuation into higher level. On the 50 minutes chart, here we are below the former support level, but I will not call this yet resistance because we are still trying to break back into it. The stochastic is giving us a buy signal, MACD showing strength to the upside, and the RSI also strength to the upside. So we could here at any given moment break back into that former support zone and continue the upwards trajectory. When we're going into the 4-hourly chart with the MDX algo scalp gradients, then we can see here that price also tends to move back to the upside here with that blue phase that will most likely flip into a purple phase again. Here on the react indicator we see also signs for that, that this might be happening here anytime soon, but I don't want to give you too much hopium. We could at the same time just keep chopping a little bit more sideways until Monday and then move here back to the upside. And we should also not forget that soon we have an FOMC meeting where we get an announcement for interest rate cuts or not. Now when we're going into the liquidation levels, then the high leverage liquidity on the long side was swept away here exactly as I told you guys that this is going to happen. So I'm going to take this away here. That one level below is not really coherent anymore to me. The only reason why I have here a new trade setup around that level is that the 50 moving average is coming up here, so we could see another retest of that 50 moving average and then continue to liquidate here more short positions in higher price ranges around the $110,600 level all the way up to $112,600 approximately. Now on the daily chart, here we find the signal that I mentioned earlier. So the signal is this golden cross here. And what usually happens when we get a golden cross on the Bitcoin chart or at any other chart for that matter, is that at some point price action will come back to the 50 to test the 50 moving average as support and then continue to go higher here. So at some point we're gonna get here the retest, most likely around $105,000, maybe higher than that, but I reckon around $105,000 in the beginning of June. And once we're getting that move, that will most likely kick off the real altcoin season when Bitcoin starts going sideways or slowly back to the upside. And in the meantime, Bitcoin will continue to rally most likely in the direction of $120,000. But once we're reaching that level, I believe that we're gonna get here a really sharp drop to the 50 moving average, maybe even slightly below that, come back up, and then we go sideways and then altcoin season starts. If you want to trade a Bitcoin with me, especially the trade that I've just shown you guys, then sign up on Blowfin. There is a link in the pin comment below and the description. You can spin the wheel here absolutely for free. Just for signing up there, you can win up to 1.2 Bitcoin. The first spin is, like I said, absolutely for free, and you can also win a lot of other things. Just go and check it out. It's definitely worth doing it. And if you're in the US, really important, or in any other country for that matter, where you need to complete KYC. Blowfin is non-KYC. So if you're in a country where you cannot usually trade with Blowfin, you actually can. So make use of that. So liquidation heat map is showing also here definitely a move to the upside. While we could take out here these lower levels at $107,600 once again before we go and move here higher. But I believe that we are going to trigger a short squeeze from around $110,300 all the way up here to $113,000, $114,000. And from there getting again a small correction before we get the next major leg to the upside. So the total free market cap is still consolidating here below the $940 billion level. Once we are stopping to consolidate here, we should move in the direction of $1 trillion, and that also quite quickly, rather than not. The Bitcoin dominance is now back in that rising wedge pattern here, but also that I expect by tomorrow or by Monday to completely to break it to the downside, give us reliefs in the altcoins. They're slowly here now reclaiming some levels. Some are more or less at the same level where they were yesterday, even though they look positive here on these watch lists. But they are more or less or even lower than where they were yesterday. An outlier for that is Avi. Just want to mention that here, but there are not many outliers like that. Then we should also not forget, if you want to trade altcoins, guys, do that on Bybit. You still get $30,000 in bonuses if you sign up there, and a Bybit card if you're eligible, and a $500 airdrop position is also in the pinned comment and in the description below, guys. So make use of that. I trade there all my altcoins, and I will soon also start copy trading again. So make sure that you have an account there. So I potentially start as early as Monday again. So yeah, you should better make sure that you have an account also on Bybit. The Ethereum chart looks similar to a total free market cap. The only difference is that here the stochastic RSI is about to print a buy signal to the upside by tomorrow with today's daily close. The RSI already going back up, and here the MACD looks like that this is a bearish fake out. Which means that we go definitely into higher prices. Also here, the next 48 hours most likely will lead to a pump past $2,800, and we are around our entry level right now. So if you were waiting for an entry, that might be a good moment for that trade setup. Then Solana consolidating below that resistance, but also here on the 4-hourly chart, stochastic buy signal, RSI going down, MACD going down, and the reason for that is that we are currently consolidating just below resistance level. Once that is cleared, we're gonna get here a nice move in direction of $200. We are really close to that entry level for this trade setup here. So also here, if you were late for this trade setup down there, here is your second chance to get into a Solana trade. The next one is injective. So we got yesterday rejected from the neckline of that inverse head and shoulders, but also here indicators telling me that we are going back to the upside. We also got a nice pump here today. So once we're coming back up here to $14.80, I expect this time that this will break and that we will start moving up here really, really fast in direction of $20. So also here, just be a little bit more patient. Once we're getting up there, we should get a nice break and continue to go higher. Then Doge is currently below our entry level, but also here it looks pretty similar to most altcoins, with the stochastic RSI being here at the bottom, RSI turning around. So also here, 48 hours, we should get a nice move to the upside. Here I would actually wait that we come back to 24 cents. I know that this is a steep move here, roughly 9%. But you want to enter from a safe level, So if you're a little bit risk adverse, you can move it all the way down here to like 23.6. So that would halve it. So a 4% move before you enter that. But I would definitely not enter before that, because you want to make sure that you are above, that this resistance level is basically cleared before you enter this. So that is definitely something that I would be waiting for. So, and then Avi is right now exactly sitting at this crucial resistance here at $263. If we can close today above that, especially here with the stochastic print and a buy signal on the daily, RSI going up, MACD flying, we could see here $300 in the next 3 days, really, really quickly. So here, wait for the daily close. If we close above $263, then enter this, and then you can trade this all the way up to $371. And guys, that's already for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure that you smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you with more profit tomorrow.